this big height. Now notice how many little cosmetic flaws, little bug bites and brands. This is what we usually cut around. So scratch and dent, we take all those that we cut around and we use the hides that have too many flaws so we can reduce our waste, and it gets you a product at 30% off, and it helps us get rid of all this scrap instead of going to landfill, and it's live right now, so check out Scratch and Dent. We've had some cool collaboration with whites. You know, we've got the Drifters 1 through 5, I think. They've had some collaboration with Stitch Down. I've done some cool collaborations with some like motorcycle guys, but this is probably the coolest collaboration that Whites has ever done across the board. In all the 100+ years of Whites history, this is probably the coolest collaboration, and shame I'm not a part of it, but I'm more than happy to be a part of it in this way where I can do a little unboxing and show you guys, because I am very hyped about these boots. And I was like, I heard rumors in the winds that there was this collaboration coming, and I was like, Eric, Braden, I'll do anything to get a pair of those. You need unboxing, whatever you need, like just save me a pair in my size, I'll do it. And so, to be honest, it's a little bit of a selfish unboxing because I want these so freaking bad. So who is this collaboration with? James Dean is the man of all men, the pinnacle of masculinity in terms of ruggedness, in terms of style, but not like style all dressed up, like rugged, just authentic, functional style. And in some of the most iconic roles in history. So who's James Dean? Thanks to a little help from Google's AI. Born in 1931, died in 1955, was a legendary American actor who became a defining cultural icon of teenage disillusionment and post-war rebellion. Despite his tragic early death at 24, which is crazy. I didn't know he was that young when he died. I thought he was like in his 30s. Despite his tragic early death at the age of 24, his emotional, raw screen presence and method acting style established him as a timeless symbol of counterculture defiance. And this is counterculture, not like you guys probably remember from like the 90s and the 80s, the punk scene, the counterculture. This was like one of the very first early modern countercultures. And one of my favorite aspects of his career is the Wild Bunch, or what? No, it's Rebel Without a Cause. Yeah, Rebel Without a Cause. This movie alone defined a generation of menswear, masculinity, motorcycle riding, and probably one of his more popular works, and probably what most people know him by. Also, East of Eden in 1955, the Dean's breakout movie role as an emotional, troubled, alienated loner, Cal Trask. His performance earned him the first Podium Academy Award nomination as Best Actor in Film History. Then my personal favorite, Rebel Without a Cause. Wrong one. His most famous work, which immortalized him as the ultimate cinematic voice of the restless youth, playing the troubled teenager Jim Stark. Dean defined this era's angst, vulnerability, and generational rebellion. So, but how did James Dean die? Well, his life was tragically cut short when he died in a highway car crash in Collab, California on September 30th, 1955, while driving his Porsche to a racing event. If you're gonna go, that's a pretty sick way to go. Like, I'm driving my race car to go race it. That's part of the tragedy and why people love James Dean so much, because only the good die young. You know, he's like one of these guys that defined a generation, even though he was 24. And you know, like if you just search James Dean, let me just show you. We also got a little visitor with us today, huh? You gonna come say hi? I'll show you guys. The Taco Cat. I'm on taco duty this week. My buddy Grant's out of town, and so I'm on taco duty. I don't know if James Dean liked cats, but I would assume he was a cat guy and not a dog guy, because there's a difference. All the dog guys are like, what the hell, bro? Just kidding. Unless it's women. I feel like there's a difference between cat women and dog women, but that's besides the point. This is all of our boot accessories that we've slowly developed over like the last 4 years as we've done more and more boot reviews and realized how many things are missing in the market. So be sure to check out all these below. They make great gifts, self-gifts, and it's a huge way that you can help support the channel. So check them out below. So let me just show you some of the, I'm just gonna search James Dean. And you're gonna, even if that meant nothing to you, kind of telling his history and why he was so iconic, just look at the man, okay? Taco, you want some love? You want to sit on my lap? Like, are you kidding me? This dude was in his 20s, being this iconic. James Dean, after 60 years, still the coolest icon of teenage angst. I think, can I just scroll? Oh yeah, I can kind of scroll through this way. Well, you're just gonna have to look at the small picture. Handsome as the red jacket. I own a red jacket as close to that as I could find because it's such an iconic red jacket. You kidding me? Selvage denim, cuffed sleeves, shirt buckled, buttoned down all the way. There's that red jacket. There's probably his Porsche that he died in. Oh, it was kind of morbid, but whatever. Like, are you kidding me? You can see why he's such an icon. And then if you've ever seen the movies he's in, you get it. And what's interesting is, you know, obviously James Dean was not the only fashion, style, rugged icon of the era, but this style is still in style today. And I don't know if it's ever gone out of style. Like, if you look at these outfits, like maybe through the 2000s, this wouldn't be the top outfit, but like that looks modern. I can see that walking around downtown Salt Lake. Same there. Same there. Same there. Moody. This picture is one of my favorites. I think I actually had a poster of this when I was a kid. Or it was this one. It was like one of the two, I'm pretty sure. Let's look up, because my favorite stuff with James Dean is like all the car and motorcycle stuff. Like, are you kidding me? I've never looked that cool in my whole freaking life. Big Triumph guy too. I got a couple Triumphs. Look at that picture. He's as cool as it gets. And it's not this fake, like modern, rugged cool and they just live, I don't want to talk too much trash, but sometimes I'm concerned how really rugged and manly the modern man is. And because a lot of people play dress up. This is back. I don't, you know, he was an actor at the end of the day, but the thing is, like, actors used to live their regular life and were actors, like racing Porsches. I think I've gushed about James Dean enough. I think you guys get the point. So when I heard there might be a little collaboration going on, that's why I was like, I have to have one of those, please. Like, I'll do anything. At least just let me buy one. Like, and I'm pretty sure they're super limited quantities. So, should we do it? Should we get to it? See what's what? What knife should we do today? Also, Cody James hat. This is a Taylor Stitch Sashiko shirt. I love this shirt. It's like right on the edge of being a little too small, and the arms are for sure too short for me. But I love this shirt, and I like these kind of trucker hats too. So let's do the Christie knife. It's one of my favorite knives. We use this a bunch. I've been waiting for this one. It's been sitting on the shelf for a couple days too. We're trying to keep up with scratch and dents. That's why you hear the machines running in the background. Because usually I just record after hours, which is exhausting, but you gotta do it. But today, I didn't have time, so we're recording during production, manufacturing production. Oh my gosh. Look at this box. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna hang this on my wall. But I'm also a big James Dean fan. Look at that. Look at that. It's a big box too from White's. What's that say? Dream as if you'll live forever, or live as if you'll die today. He sure lived that lifestyle through and through. Okay, looks like we got the James Dean X White's boots, reference Weston K. Yeah. Color black washed, which I'll talk to you guys about what the black washed is, because this is really interesting. I don't think I've ever actually seen it. Sole is a double oak sole. Height 12 inches, 9.5, just my size. We look similar. Oh. Did I grow up to look like my childhood icon, James? Nope. That sounds like a taco disaster. Yep. Taco, you little bastard. Most chaotic unboxing of my life. You're lucky you're so freaking cute, Taco. Anyway, okay. The other problem is I didn't bring pants today. I'm in shorts. So I'll have to shoot some actual footage of me wearing them. Splice in here. Okay, let's do it. And I'll tell you what this black washed leather is. Shout out to White's for letting me be a part of this promotion by just literally giving me a pair to show you guys. Okay, let's do it. I won't kiss the box, I swear. Oh, dang, they went all out. White's Boots presents James Dean. In partnership with the family of James Dean, White's Boots is proud to release the special edition exclusive made right here in the US of A. Offering our tribute to the iconic style made recognizable by Jim on and off screen. White's has combined the silhouette of the Rebel's famous engineer boot with Dean's favorite riding boots, which still live in the archive of Fairmount, Indiana. Step into legacy, built by legends on the shoulder of giants. Dang, that's so sick. Every pair sewn by hand the original White's Boots way. So it must be the hand sewn stitch down. Made with genuine Chrome Excel leather from the famed Horween tannery. There's only so many tanneries that can even hold a candle to Horween. I think that's an expression, right? Hold a candle to them? I don't know. Formed on the White's Boots 55 arch ease last, famous since 1936. And that's probably White's most iconic and most famous last, and probably their most beloved last. Dream as if you'll live forever, live as if you'll die today. Dang, that is a cool box. Look at these, I think everything's just freaking perfect. I'm for sure saving this box. I don't know what I do with it, but I can't help it. But got a little card here. Weston, thanks for being a part of this special project. Hope you enjoy the boots. Cheers, Braden. Shout out, Braden. Braden's my man. Braden and Eric are so fun. Every time I get on a call with them, they're just some of the easiest people to work with. They're fun to work with. They get excited about stuff. And I love White's, and especially today. Okay, are we ready for the official unboxing? So I don't unplug everything. Okay, here we go. Been waiting months for these. Oh my, what? I've never seen Chrome Excel looks like that. Whoa, look at these. These are so freaking sick. Dang, they're tall too. What the heck? I've never seen White's use a leather. Because this is a Horween leather. And so, yeah, it's like a pebbled Chrome Excel. It's crazy. Woo! I'm so excited about these. Send you a couple of little insoles to give you a little extra squish, or if you need to take up a little bit of instep room. That's why I actually throw my boot breakers in a lot of my heritage boots, because that's really what we designed them for. Because sometimes those White's insoles take up just a little bit too much room. So it's not, I guess it's a self-promotion, but like I just slide my little 2mm boot breaker in there and it gives just enough squish without taking up too much room. But on a couple of the White's boots, I've stuck with the regular insole. It's both of them are Ortholite. White's uses really nice insoles from Ortholite. Dang, this might be, oh my gosh, I'm so freaking bewitched by these, that I didn't even notice that they're right, they combined an engineer boot with a riding boot, because look, there's no instep strap, there's only this tall up your ankle strap. And that to me is like my perfect boot. I'll show you, I'll be right back. Also, I have nothing to do with this collaboration, so I get to gush extra hard. Nobody can get mad at me, because I don't make any money off of this. But if you remember, this is our engineer boot that I got from Viberg like 5 years ago. It's like a $2,000 boot. Look how good it looks too, though. But initially it had that instep strap right here. It had the other strap right here. And I like engineer boots. I think they look really good. I just don't like the buckle as much. Like I'm okay with this buckle up here. Like that's fine. And having the split there, we omitted it and added a little gusset right there, which I'm still trying to get Viberg to do a batch of these, to like a little collaboration on this, because I love this boot. But for me, I don't need that instep, and I don't like the look of that instep strap. And so the fact that they omitted it, but still kept this strap for a riding boot style, is literally everything I want in a riding boot. And that's so freaking sick. Okay, let's look inside. Let's see what else is going on. So, completely unstructured toe, which I love. Single row, hand sewn stitch down construction. So this is their most premium version of their stitch down construction, because they've got the machine sewn stitch down, but this is the hand sewn. It's literally done by hand.
And they're like, they've got the best videos of it. So like this jacked, like tatted dude, and he's just wrenching on them and pulling it. And that's literally, you kind of have to be a jacked dude to do this kind of construction. And White's is really the only one that does it. There's a few small shops that still do it, but White's is really the only big brand that's still doing that stitch down, hand sewn stitch down construction. If you want to see more information on that, if you're like, what the heck is he talking about? I'll put a link to the Drifter video below where we go through that pretty intensely. What am I looking for? Thoroughly. So single row, keeping it nice and tight, nice and small for the shelf of the welt. It's the 55 last, so it's already pretty pointy. And I don't think I'm gonna have any problems with this last because it's so unstructured. And then, whoa, I didn't even notice it has a leather sole. So you've got the leather sole. I don't know if this is a butyl treated, but it's some sort of treated outsole. Brass nails to lock in that shank that's made famous by all these Pacific Northwest brands for their leather shank. Looks like a full-length leather midsole, leather heel stack, and I like that this is not a huge heel, because that's part of why I love this Viberg so much, because it had the little shorty heel on it. It didn't have that huge chunky heel, which for like cowboy boots, I'm all about a big chunky heel. Give me a couple extra inches. Who doesn't appreciate a couple extra inches? Ladies. But I just like, for an average boot, for a riding boot, I don't need a giant heel. And so that's the perfect size of heel for me. These leather soles are slippery compared to a rubber sole, like these. You know, you're gonna have a lot more grip with rubber, but you still have that full rubber top lift, so you're gonna have the grip there. And I think I have a pair of Grant Stones maybe that has a leather sole. I think I have maybe one leather sole boot. So these will be fun to try. Okay, looking inside, just look how soft and malleable this upper leather is though. Like, look at this. And what's cool is because it's tumbled and so soft, you're not gonna get big crease points. You're not gonna get these big hard lines across. It's gonna mold perfect. It almost feels like bison, actually. It feels just like bison. It's just almost a little bit more wax content though, cause see how much it like holds its shape? You know, it's almost like putty. This boot is sick. Looking on the inside, looks like a traditional White's boot where you got the half sock liner and the full length veg tan insole. Woo, what a sick boot. Okay, let me pull up, because there's a little, Braden sent me a little information about this leather, and I didn't even know that, I didn't even know that Horween does this leather. I've never even heard of it. So let me pull it up. Yeah, and I think they nailed it, because they say that the James Dean boot by White's Boots takes the inspiration from two silhouettes Jimmy made his own. The riding boot he wore constantly offset, and the engineer boot immortalized by Jim Stark in Rebel Without a Cause. Together they form the foundation of a pull-on style that honors both icons in a single boot. I'm a little jealous I didn't design it, because this is a really good, like, actual riding boot. I love that they removed that strap. Okay, so black washed Chrome XL, 6 to 7 ounces from Horween Tannery in Chicago. Washed Chrome XL starts with the same vegetable retan, the same like as regular Chrome XL, where they initially get it chrome tanned and then they run it through all of the veg tanning processes, and that's a big part of why people love Chrome XL so much. But like I said, Chrome XL is kind of notorious for wrinkling and folding, and I like it. But there's some people that just are like, oh, it's loose grain. I'm like, not every wrinkle is loose grain, relax. So they say hot stuff base as standard Chrome XL, then goes through an additional washing process. Heat and tumbling give it a distinct natural grain and a quieter, more matte finish, which is definitely true. You know, let me go see if I have a regular Chrome XL. I actually don't think I have any. I don't even know if I have any Chrome XL boots, if I'm being honest, of my personal collection anyway. But this is pretty close. You'll get the point. But see the difference in texture between these two? You can see how much more pebbled this one is, how much more malleable and soft and glovey this temper is, versus this, also White's boots, the Drifter. Oh, I forgot my own freaking collaboration. This is the Drifter 2, because it's the red and then black. Yeah, so Drifter 2, I think. See how much less pebbling there is and how much more firm it is. Like if I squish this one up, you can see it still squishes, but it wants to hold its shape a lot more than this one does. And obviously the sheen and the texture difference. Because I don't know how much these boots are. I don't really know much of the info, but here's some information for you. Fully customizable sizing, limited to only 500 pairs, so they're probably gonna go quick, because when we do 500 pairs of the Drifters, they go pretty much within the first day or two. But make sure you do the sizing. If you haven't got a Pacific Northwest boot, make sure you do that sizing, because you don't want to order your same size as your shoes, or you'll screw it up. Okay, it's time for a little try on. How do I do this? I'm not wearing pants. Well, I'm wearing shorts. Still got something on my... Ooh, imagine if these don't fit. I know they will, because they're 9.5. Look at the stamp, too, on the bottom. Moment of truth. I like this leather a lot. I didn't even know Horween did this with their Chrome Excel. Okay, gotta make a quick prayer to the boot gods. Please fit. Amen. Ooh, baby. I can already tell it's right. Yes. Because sometimes the 55 is just a little too narrow for me. But this seems to fit perfect, even in my shorts, okay? Because look at, this is not what Whites wants for product photos, so I'm not even gonna lift my leg up and show you. Okay, let's try the other one on. Oh, look at this too. Like I said, I can extra gush, okay? Relax. I have nothing to gain from this except for a sweet pair of boots. White's Boots, James Dean in partnership, handmade in 2026, Spokane, Washington, USA. Ooh! And editor, you can remove some of my gushing if it's too much. I don't even think I need to unbuckle these when I put them on. Let me do a little walking around. This is where I have some extra B-roll. Dang, these are freaking perfect. You know, they have a little heel lift because I've got skinny little lady ankles. But over time, what will happen is this instep will slowly compress, and this upper will start folding down, and eventually the boots will be a couple inches shorter, and all that leather packed around your instep will hold that a lot tighter. Same thing at the top of your heel. This kind of compresses in. So if you have a little heel slip, that's totally fine. I wouldn't stress it too much. And plus, anybody that's trying to get a pull-on boot that doesn't have heel slip, good luck, because it's nearly impossible. I'm so glad they fit. So, check out the Whites James Dean collaboration. This is, like, what's a cooler collaboration than James Dean and Whites? Like, especially in the heritage world. Has there been anything that even gets close to how cool this is? Not to me, not that I've seen. So, if you do want a pair of these, check them out below. I'm not actually sure if I'll just tell you right here, this is when they launch, so if this video is live during this date, then go get them. If not, get ready for them. Because I have a feeling they're gonna go quick, because we sell 500, we sell out of the drifters within a couple days, and as much as I would like to be as cool as James Dean, I'm not, and so I can only imagine how much faster these are gonna go. Plus, it's unique. So shout out to Whites for letting me at least help promote this in exchange for a free pair of these. But I'm not cutting them, so don't get your hopes up. These are staying in my closet, or these are staying in my quiver of boots. And I think that's it. So good work, Whites. That is a cool one. So thank you guys for all your support. See ya. Now I'm gonna wear these all day in my shorts.